name is Lissiue. I am working as a psychologist in the Department of Clinical Psychology, All India Institute of Speech and Hearing, Mysuru. In this video, I want to talk about understanding emotions in children, which will further help us understand emotional development in children. Emotion is a complex psychological state of mind. Why complex? It has three elements. The first is a subjective experience. You will notice that when you feel happy, sometimes you're just happy, sometimes you're excited, sometimes you're elated, right? And when you're angry, sometimes it's a little anger, sometimes you're furious. So this is called as subjective experience. This can vary from person to person and situation to situation, based on your current mood, your circumstances, relationships, and so on. And this can vary from culture to culture based on cultural norms. The second component is a physiological response. For example, what we call butterflies in our stomach. So when you're anxious, you feel sweating, you feel kind of rigid, you feel really anxious, there's sweating and tremors. So this is a physiological response of your body to a certain emotion. The third and final component is what we're very familiar with, that is the expression of emotion, the behavioral response. That is what you see, how you express the emotion. The ability to express and interpret emotion is what psychologists term as emotional intelligence. Now coming to emotional development. Emotional development is the growth in a child's ability to experience, express and manage their emotions as they grow older. This is just as important as their physical and cognitive development. As parents, you can start by talking to your kids about four basic emotions: mad, sad, happy and scared, because these are some of the most basic and universal emotions and we experience and see this on a day-to-day basis. But these are not the only feelings. Each of these feelings are on a continuum, as in they fall in a range of emotions, like happy can be just happy or excited or elated. Or if you're sad, it can be just feeling a little low, feeling depressed. So this falls in the range of emotions. And to understand this better, we can take a look at the wheel of emotion. On this wheel of emotion, we see that there's a spectrum of emotions. So this will further help us understand exactly what we are feeling. And we have a simplified version of the same for children. So you can use this wheel of emotion to help your child understand and express what they are feeling. Most kids at a young age don't have the ability to figure out this range of emotions. And it is a parent's job to help the child to do that, to be able to put their feelings into the range of emotion, for which you can use the help of this emotion wheel. In this video, I'll briefly discuss about emotional development in infants, toddlers and preschoolers. In infants, what you see is that the main bond that the child develops is with the caregiver, because the child relies heavily on parents for all their needs. So, parents become the external regulator of the child's emotions. The parent in the first 6 months is teaching the child about feelings. Every time the parent meets the child's needs, every time the parent responds to the infant's cues, this gives them pleasure. So basically, the child learns about feelings through this process. A child doesn't come into this world smiling. During the first 6 months, the child reflects the parent's smile. When you smile at the child smiles back. In this process, the child learns that when they smile, they feel something. Not necessarily they know what they're feeling, but they learn that they feel something when they smile back. As toddlers, here what we see is that they start responding to parents' negative cues. So they understand that there are consequences for their actions. Like when they come in contact with something hot, the parent says, no, do not touch that. So the child learns that doing that is not right. So at this stage, they develop shame. They realize what they're doing is wrong. At the same time, they also develop pride. Now coming to preschoolers, this is the age they are learning to use their words. As their vocabulary expands, their ability to put emotional states into words expands, and they understand the differences. We also see that at this stage, empathy starts to develop in children, and they start paying more attention to the feelings of others. To conclude this video, I would like to say that children are constantly trying to assimilate and interpret the world around them. This being said, we as parents and educators must learn to read our child's emotional cues so that we can help them identify their emotions, understand their behavior, and consistently interact with our child affectionately, and show consideration for their feelings, desires, and needs, express interest in their daily activities, respect their viewpoints, express genuine pride in their accomplishments with meaningful comments, and provide encouragement and support during times of distress.